اجلاس شورای حقوق بشر در مقر اروپايي ملل متحد در ژنو. سخنرانی نماینده فرانس ليبرته بنیاد دانیل میتران درباره وضعیت وخیم امنیتی و انسانی در ليبرتي و ضرورت انتقال مجاهدین به اشرف. 27 مه 2013 6 خرداد 92. وضعیت نمیتواند از این بحرانی تر باشد. یک محاصره غیر انسانی پزشکی اعمال شده و تا به امروز پابرجاست. این وضعیت تماما نقض استانداردهای انسان دوستانه بین المللی پناهندگان است.
France Lliberté wishes to submit to the attention of Madam High Commissioner the very serious issue repeatedly raised of Ashraf and presently Camp Liberty refugees, and address an urgent appeal to her to undertake any action within her power and mandate to ensure the protection of the rights of the refugees, and ask for a badly needed in-depth revaluation of the whole process, possibly the temporary return of the entire community to Camp Ashraf, better equipped and relatively safer, there waiting to be relocated in third countries as promised. By the same token, France Lliberté urges the High Commissioner for Refugees to act in accordance with its mandate and take full responsibility of Camp Ashraf and Camp Liberty as asylum seeker. The situation could not be more critical. Since 1986, not a single day has passed without them not being prey to all conceivable threats, culminating in the recent massacre that you yourself, Madame Pillay, asked to be investigated, though to no avail, and compounded with violations of all human rights that specifically pertain to refugees in compliance with international humanitarian law and juridical instruments. The situation is appalling, health-wise, legally, and in terms of safe living conditions, and more so since their relocation at Camp Liberty in 2012. A true medical siege has been imposed, which still persists. On the basis of irrefutable fact and evidence, the basic rights of asylum seekers, such as freedom of movement, legal counsel, and, what is more, free access to medical care, are just non-existent. The same applies to medical equipment and basic facilities which have not been authorized to be transferred from Camp Ashraf. Safety-wise, the T-walls providing protection during the United States Army presence have been destroyed and never replaced. Therefore, these measures, which were aimed at defending the refugees from missile attack, have not materialized. Camp Ashraf dilapidated life support infrastructures are below and in breach of the international humanitarian standards for refugees. Thank you.
سخنرانی جیافرانکو فاتورینی، رئیس مشترک جنبش علیه نژاد پرستی و برای دوستی خلقها مراپ. اجلاس شورای حقوق بشر ملل متحد در ژنو 28 مه 2013 7 خرداد 92. وضعیت در لیبرتی یک موضوع حائز نگرانی‌های جدی است. حقوق اساسی پناهجویان از جمله دسترسی به درمان پزشکی نقض می شود و دولت عراق از انتقال تجهیزات پزشکی آنها از اشرف به لیبرتی جلوگیری می کند.
I thank you, Mr. President. Mouvement contre le racisme et pour l'amitié entre les peuples, Fondation Daniel Mitterrand, Women's Human Rights International Association and International Educational Development. We wish to call the attention of the Special Rapporteur on the right of everyone to the enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health, on the severe situation of more than 3,000 Iranian asylum seekers in Iraq, forcibly relocated in 2012 from Camp Ashraf to Camp Liberty. Living conditions in Camp Liberty are so severe that the Working Group on Arbitrary Detention described it last year in two different opinions as similar to those prevailing in a detention center. Iraqi government prevents residents from transferring their medical equipment from Camp Ashraf to Camp Liberty, and the clinic suffers from serious lack of the most basic equipment and facilities, so that, by no standard, the existing infrastructure could be described as a medical center. The Iraqi authorities also prevent asylum seekers free access to medical services in Iraq. The living conditions at Camp Liberty remain a matter of grave concern. Based on irrefutable facts and evidence, basic rights of the asylum seekers, such as free access to medicine and medical care, are frequently violated. Patients are being constantly harassed by various means, such as breaching the confidentiality of their relations with physicians by interference of security officers. We urge the Special Rapporteur on the right to health to investigate on the violations of the right to health of the Iranian asylum seekers in Camp Liberty.